Welcome to Private Money Secrets. I'm Keith Yackey and I'm your host, and all we talk about here is private money, real estate, and some other fun stuff. Grab your favorite beverage. Let's dive in. Here we are with another edition of the Private Money Secret with your boy, Keith Yackey, your wife's favorite investor. Hey, listen, so this is part number one, and it's about mentors, obviously. I'm sitting here, I've got my board shorts on. I'm not naked, but I'm almost naked. I just have my board shorts on, which is my bathing suit. I'm overlooking one of the beaches that I surf the most, and I'm about ready to jump into the shower. But here's the concept of part two, and the reason why I'm only wearing my bathing suit is because it might get deep. The deep part two is simply this. Why do people not hire a mentor? Why do people not hire coaches? The results of those who hire coaches are drastically different than those who don't. By a multiple, I would say, of at least 100. Now, that might be a bit dramatic, but that's what you would expect from me on this amazing show. A little bit of drama, a little bit of excitement, maybe just a little bit of hyperbole. Look that up, but it basically just means a little gross exaggeration. But the truth of the matter is, people succeed at a way greater degree when they hire a coach. But so why don't people? And if you don't know why I believe you should hire a mentor, go back and listen to part one. It'll set this piece up for you. But why people don't is this. Number one, faulty belief that their number one asset is themselves. They don't believe that if they actually invest in themselves, that it's themselves, the way they think, the way they operate, the systems that they now employ. They don't understand that they are their greatest asset. So the thing that they can pour the most money, time, energy into, that's going to give them a greater return on that money, time, or energy is themselves. To recap and repeat, people ask me all the time, Keith, what was your best investment? What's your best deal? What do you think the best investment out there is? And the answer is real simple. You. Upgrade the way you think. Upgrade your systems, upgrade your association with who you're around. And all of that's going to take time, money, and energy. Time. You may have to drive far. Last night, one of my very best friends came in, Wade Thunderfelt Lightheart. He drove down from Venice Beach, where he lives, to play some pool with me, to sit around for 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, sitting around just talking about life, showing each other some stuff we're working on. He's spent the time and the energy to be with his good buddy Yak. Why? Because when we get together, we are investing in each other and investing in our time and energy and upgrading who we are, the way we think, what we want, where we're going. So you got to understand that you are your number one asset. So the more time, energy, and money you spend in developing you, not just degrading into receiving and consuming, but developing you in all facets of your life. The more you invest in that, the greater you're going to enjoy everything that you do. So the number one reason why people don't invest is they just don't understand that they're their greatest investment. You are your greatest investment. I remember when I had a relative or something that was dying or going to die, or I was going to come into like $8,000 or $10,000. It might have been a tax return. I don't remember clearly. And I remember reaching out to the only guy I knew that was like, he worked for like Smith and Barney. And they were like, they're kind of like a TD Ameritrade, kind of like, stock guy. And I thought to myself, hey man, I'm going to get this big investment in. What should I do with it? Turning over the entire process of that future investment, albeit small, 8 or 10 grand, into this guy's hands, saying, here, you tell me what to do. You tell me what you think should happen. I'm going to put this into you, as opposed to saying, shouldn't I know what to do? Shouldn't I want to know how to grow my business? Shouldn't I want to know what to do with this so that way I'm not dependent upon this guy, or at least I could fact check what the hell he's saying? But I didn't understand that I was my greatest investment. I wish somebody would have told me this early on. So they don't understand that they're their greatest investment. Secondly, they don't value the power of speed and missed opportunity. Another way of saying that is they're not counting the COI. The COI is the cost of not investing, or the cost of inaction is what I like to call it. The COI, the cost of inaction, meaning, let me give you an example. I talked with somebody yesterday and they said, I'm making, about 15, 20K a month, but I'm letting 3 or 4 deals pass me by that if I knew how to raise private money, I would be able to do those deals and make so much more money. I go, how long has this been going on? Oh, 3 or 4 months. I've passed on 3, 4, 5 deals a month. And then when we talked about the investment and what it would take to solve that problem, he gave an answer that I get from others as well, and that is, I need to be it wouldn't just be financially prudent for me to get in. But I want you to stop and consider this. If you're missing out on $50,000 to $80,000 a month on deals you could be doing if you knew how to do something, isn't it financially irresponsible to not figure out, hey, how do I spend this $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 here to fix that problem? Because that $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 would then, by the next month, turn into $30,000, $45,000 or $50,000 continually. You will have upgraded your system, your thinking, your operations, the way you operate, to where now you're moving from the 15 to 20K range now into the 60 to 80,000 range, all because of that one 10K investment. They don't calculate what is the cost of inaction. If I continue to do the same things I've always been doing that are leaving opportunities on the table, now I'm being financially foolish by not investing in the upgrade that's going to get me the result. From a math perspective, you're all with me. I feel your energy. You're all there like, yeah, man, that makes a lot of mathematical sense. But Keith, some people just don't know if it's going to work because there's been a lot of hucksters out there, like you called them out in the previous episode. Yeah, that boils down to a belief of they don't believe they can actually do it. See, really, when anybody's looking and investing in themselves, they're actually saying, hey, can you really do the job? So when people look into our program, they'll ask, hey, Keith, can you guys really do what you say on your end? Well, there's gobs and gobs and gobs of testimonials to show that, yes, we can. And there's just proof out in the world at large that shows you people are winning and raising private money. So people are doing it. It's work. The next question they ask is, can I really do this? And so now it's not just understanding the cost of an action, but now they're having to deal with the devil and demon of doubt. Can I really pull this off? Okay, Keith, you and your team can show me what to do, but now I'm asking, can I really do this? Or do I really have the commitment level to see myself through the hard times? Will I push myself, or will I allow myself to be pushed past the point that I'm comfortable to move into this new promised land that awaits me? So they don't understand that they're their greatest investment. Number 2, they don't understand and calculate the cost of inaction. And then thirdly, they let doubt pop up. And rather than have faith in themselves to figure this out, they'll go back to doing what they know, and oftentimes they'll just try the wrong thing harder, and it just leads to failure faster. This is why people don't typically invest in themselves. We're a society that says, show me first, and then maybe I'll believe. And in reality, when you're investing in yourself, you got to say, I believe. I believe in myself, and then it will be shown to me. When any opportunity presents itself in front of you and others who look like you have pulled off the result you're looking to, then you need to say, all right, the proof is in the pudding. There's proof there. Now, what am I waiting for? And that comes down to the very last opportunity, the very last thing, and that is they lack resourcefulness. They lack resourcefulness. Usually people think the problem is a lack of resources. It's not. It's a lack of resourcefulness. The resources are everywhere around you. When I first got into my coaching program, I didn't have the money. I had to borrow it from friends and family. But I believe so much in myself that if somebody would truly show me a blueprint, I would be able to go out and execute against that blueprint. My self-belief in me was massive, and so I moved forward. Even though I was like, I don't know what I'm doing just yet, per se. And that's got to change. You've got to understand that there are resources everywhere for you. And a very simple way for you to ask yourself which frame of mind you're in, simply abundance or lack, is if you are presented with an opportunity and you say, I can't afford that, that is lack. Abundance says, how can I afford that? Abundance says, how do I make this happen? I've got to seek a way. And now you're exercising your resourcefulness muscle. That is the person that will win. We've had people had to get really resourceful to get into our program, but then they appreciated it so much more. They put in the effort and they put in the work and they did not give up. I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy Javier. He joined our program and he worked. And he saw others in the program getting a lot of results faster than him. But he was pleased to tell me, and I'm pleased to continue to tell you that as of this last week, he got his first deal, made his first wholesale deal, clearing a $5,000 check in his old hip national pocket bank. And he now has his first deal down, which means he'll get more and more. He never gave up. He didn't lack resourcefulness even when he lacked resources. And that, my friend, is why people don't move forward with coaching. They come up with every excuse to stay where they're at. And as you know, I believe that is a crock of horseshit, and I don't want you to fall trap to it. This isn't about you joining my coaching program, even though I can help you, and I encourage you to, and I think you should join it if you need help in raising private money. But this is going to apply to every opportunity that's placed in front of you from here until you no longer have breath. And so I hope these things have sunk in. And I hope you stand up for yourself, invest in yourself, believe in yourself, understanding that you're the greatest asset. Upgrading yourself will be the greatest thing that you ever do in terms of making more money and enjoying more of your life, which I call return on joy. With that, have an amazing day. Take care. All right, so if you're wanting to learn how to raise more private money, go to www.privatemoneypro.com, www.privatemoneypro.com, where I can show you how to be a private money pro. Take care and go rock it.